And she will keep coming back to life over and over again, because beneath the skin of this gentle human lives a warrior, unstoppable. Hey guys, thanks for joining me this week. I'm super pumped and excited to talk to you guys this week about entrepreneurship. And I know we've talked about it before, and we know that I'm a serial entrepreneur and I love to create new businesses. I have had to stop because I created several and my plate runneth over. That's another topic for another day. And so I really, I wanted to talk to you guys about it because it's been an interesting journey. And I think that that's probably true for a lot of entrepreneurs. You set out with an idea of something to create or a service to provide or whatever it is that you come up with that you see a niche for. And then you get a picture in your head of how you're going to make it happen. And then you set forth out into this world to do that. And depending on what it is that you're creating or selling, it can look a lot of different ways and it can take a lot of different road paths. And so I wanted to kind of share with you a little bit of my 3-year snippet of entrepreneurship and the fun that it's been. I mean, if I had it to do all over again, I would absolutely do it all over again. I would only want to do it over again having the knowledge I have now, because I've learned so much in the last 3 years. And I think that it's hard when, people look at you as an entrepreneurship or as a business owner and they're like, that's great. You're the boss of yourself. Well, not really. You're really not ever the boss of yourself. You're the boss. Your clients are your boss and your employees are your boss. And there's a lot of people that depend on you. And so I think that the old adage of it's lonely at the top is true. To some degree. I think that there are, fortunately in this day and age, a ton of really great resources, groups, cohorts, and places and things that you can join and do and see and be a part of to collaborate and lean on others. I've been able to do that through a couple of different groups that I've joined. And, I've led squads on Elevate, which is a women's group. I participated in a cohort with Paylor at one time. And have done things with NOW, with the National Organization for Women. And there's a lot of different things out there that you could find yourself being able to get resources and connect with others if you are in entrepreneurship or you're trying to build a business or you have a dream and you don't know where to start. And what I've loved about being a part of all those groups over the course of the last 3 years has been the exposure of the women that are in the groups with me. And we don't often come from the same backgrounds. We don't often have the same businesses or the same, things going on in our life, but we're all growing something or creating something and building something. And so I love the little image that's on Facebook. I'm sure you guys have seen the meme, and it's like, this is what people think entrepreneurship looks like. It's a straight line, right? And then the little one that says, this is actually what it looks like, is so true. It is a teetotal, every kind of which way mix match thing you can do. And so I wanted to say to you that, as I've said before, if you have an idea or a dream or a vision, I encourage you to chase it. I encourage you to chase it when you're young. It is scary as hell to leave your 2 weeks paycheck or bi-monthly paycheck or whatever it is you get. It's scary as hell to have to look for insurance on your own in this day and age, as well as just, the benefits that come with the peace of mind of knowing that you have that to happen. It's cyclical. It's going to happen. You show up, you do your job, you get your paycheck. And it's not any different when you're an entrepreneur. When you have your own business, you still have to show up, but you're showing up for yourself every day. And you're showing up for your team, you're showing up for your clients, you're showing up for the brand, the image, and what you're building and who you are and what you stand for. And it can feel very lonely. It can feel hard, but it's so imperative to persevere. And I've talked to you about perseverance, so I'm not going to go on a tangent about that again. But that word has stayed very strong throughout the pandemic, even till now, in a lot of the things that I've done. And if I didn't persevere and keep pushing myself forward, then I don't think my business would have made it through the pandemic. I don't think that I'd be here talking to you today, to be honest. And so I really, had a quote that I saw that I loved, and I thought this was so perfect for today's episode. And what it said, people will love you and people will hate you, and none of it will have anything to do with you. And I've never read anything more true than that as a business owner, because people make decisions and assumptions and judgments and criticisms, or there's jealousy, and there's, so much competition among women and people in business that, I want to be the kindness curator, and I want to spread kindness, and I want to help others. And, I know when I started my business, there were a couple of women that started their consulting businesses a year or two behind me that I mentored, and people would sometimes look at me and be like, why are you talking to them? Why are you sharing with them? And it was so important to me that, there's enough for everybody. Like, there's enough business out there to be had. You just have to go get it. You have to be motivated, and you have to want it, and you have to go get for it. It's not going to come to you. It's not going to walk into your front door and be like, here I am, I'm your new client, And so I just really loved that, because there are people that are Monica Morgan fans, and there are people that are not Monica Morgan fans. And some of the not Monica Morgan fans, I've never even had 2 words with. I've never even spoken to some of them, but that's okay, because it doesn't have anything to do with me. So at the end of the day, so, when things are hard in the beginning, or that's your initial impression and what you come off with, the important thing is that you don't retreat, and that you have to master yourself. And so that's something that I'm constantly working on, is I've got the perseverance part down, and showing up for myself down, showing up for my clients, got that under wraps, but, really just trying to be a better leader, and to really think about my business as a business, and not just my passion and my dream and what I'm soulful about and, love to do, but also that it's, an ends to means for me. It's, A, it's going to be hopefully a legacy, but B, hopefully someday I can retire in the not so distant future one day. So, I just want to say to you guys, I wish I had done it when I was 30. I've said that 100 times, and I'll say it 100 more. But 20 years later, here I am, and I did it, and a pandemic happened, and we survived, and we're here to tell the tale. And we're not here to tell the tale because we sat down and tucked our tails and retreated and stayed in bed in our sweats and didn't go out and pound the pavement, or, beat down the email doors, or whatever it is we had to do to gain traction and get business. We did it because we persevered, because we wanted it. And so you've got to want it bad enough for yourself. And every accomplishment starts with the decision to try. I read that this week too, and I thought, wow, that's so true. You have to decide. And it really doesn't matter in your life what it is, if it's starting a business, or if it's going on a diet, or getting healthier, or exercise. It's New Year's resolution time. It's going to be upon us before we know it. So, I want you to know that it is scary, and it is hard, and it is stressful, and it is a burden sometimes. But I think we all exchange hours of our life for pay. And we're going to do that unless you're independently wealthy in some way, or inherited wealth, or have family wealth. And not all of us do. And so some of us have to work for everything that we have, and fight for it, and fight for it every day, and fight for that better for our children and better for ourselves, and to really create the life that we want to live, and have the things that we enjoy and want to do in our lives. And so, I wanted to talk about some of the hurdles of entrepreneurship, and that, yes, it sounds great, and some people can make it look really easy, but it's not, but it's so worth it. So I will leave you guys with that this week. It's an easy one. If you have a good idea, I encourage you to vet it out, think about it, put it on paper, and if it's viable, take some actions and work towards it, and just keep pushing yourself and showing up for yourself. And if you do that, I promise you that the results that you will receive will be beneficial, and they will be prosperous. And that doesn't just mean monetarily. You prosper in a lot of ways in your life. So I'm going to leave you guys with that, and good luck. If you do have some good ideas, if you want to talk entrepreneurship, I'm always love to talk that. So just hit me up. You can leave a comment below, or you can shoot me a message on one of my social channels, and I'm happy to discuss it with you. But otherwise, you guys have a great day, have a great week, and go make your dreams happen. Do big things. Take care, and I'll talk to you soon. Hey guys, if you like this episode, please hit like and subscribe.